Be more show. Coming through strong with that podcast flow. Sunday afternoon at 2 to 3 p.m. slot. Got the Interstate 95 Turnpike hot. When you tune in, they don't just entertain. They come with the message that presses the brain. Those other podcasts, they seem microscopic. Cause they're the big dogs that drop the hot topics. So sure, be more young. You just stay ready. For DJ Boom, Shaheem, and on Demi. Put them together, there's a treacherous string. From the tri-state area to the DMV. So sit back, relax, get your Sundays on. On after morning, gone before dawn. That positive vibe that we hitting so strong. With this podcast show, you can't go wrong. So, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
My spirits are up.
That's right. They are, and so is mine. On this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. How is everybody this morning? It's good to see you all back with us again at the From the Shore to Be More show. What's up, everybody? As you can see, it's me, the one and only Shaheem today, and
I get to be the one and only Aunt Debbie today, aka Deborah Singletary.
that's right, folks. And DJ Boom will be joining us later, folks. And yes, we are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. Y'all heard? And it is good to be back. It is a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. And I'm sure you guys are enjoying your Sunday just as much as Aunt Debbie and I are enjoying ours. How was your week, Aunt Debbie?
Oh, my week was good. What did I do? Well, a lot of my attention is on my trip to Ireland that's coming up in
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, later this month.
Wow, how cool is that?
It's cool.
It's super cool. I've never been to Europe, but of course, people who watch the show know that I don't fly. So I think that's a great opportunity for you. So
Yeah, you know, I can't say I love the idea of flying. I would rather, do the blink or, click my heels 3 times. But
right.
as you said in one of your other shows, I think the show on just going for it, sometimes you just have to overcome it and do it. But
There you
once I'm
go.
at the airport, I'm fine. It's thinking about it that's the challenge.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest part of it. You're probably right.
Thinking about it, yeah.
But it's a great opportunity. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about it when you get back.
Oh gosh, me too. Maybe I'll have that cute accent.
That is a cute one. Well, my week is going fine. Again, it's a beautiful day, and I start my day every Sunday down here in beautiful Asbury Park, down at the beach. And this is early in the morning, folks. I think this might have been 9 something in the morning. My wife and I was out for our morning walk and everything, and the beaches were already started to get crowded. Obviously, it's the last weekend of the summer for a lot of people's Labor Day weekend. So happy Labor Day weekend to everybody out there. We want you to enjoy your weekends and do it safely and have a good time out there. All the cookouts. And I can smell the food, boy. I can smell it. You going to any cookouts, on Debbie?
I went to one yesterday. Thank you for reminding me. and I actually have one later today. I'm not sure if I'll get my legs going to go. It's in the neighborhood. Yesterday I had to travel some, so
Okay.
I'm partying. I'm having a good time living my life.
Getting some of all that good food that's out
Absolutely.
there. Yes. That being said, I also want to mention the Caribbean Day Parade is happening in New York City. Duvet and everything. I know over the years there's been, some negative things that's been going on, but it's a positive event today. And I know all Caribbean people are celebrating the day. And all the good food that's going to be out there. Wow. So if you get a chance, people out there watching, you might want to get out there and go check that out. Also, everybody knows my daughter is home from the military
Wow.
for the week for a couple days, and so she's been visiting home, which is always just the greatest time when the kids come home. They don't, it's not her fault. She's in the military, so we don't get to see her enough. So it's always an event when the babies come home. What's going on, DJ?
What up? What up? What up?
Hey, Boom.
What's up?
I'm gonna start putting my name on here as Mr. On the Go.
Okay. I see you in
Where
the
you
car.
going? Where you going, baby?
So I had 2 weddings to do this weekend. I did one yesterday. I'm on my way to do another one today.
Wow.
Okay, the hardest working DJ in the business.
I'll be trying to make it do what it do.
Where is this wedding?
This wedding will be in Roswell, Georgia. It says it'll take me 50 minutes to get there.
But in Georgia. And where was yesterday's wedding?
It was in Midtown, downtown, in the city.
Georgia.
Right. Both were here in Georgia.
Wow, so you're getting more work in Georgia.
It's picking up really, really fast. As I always tell people, when it comes to this business, I do no advertising. I don't go and say hire me. I'm free on this day, whatever. Everything I get is word of mouth. So I must be doing something right. And
wow.
I appreciate it.
Okay, well, wherever you had to get there safe, cuz, and we're glad you were able to join in. You gonna be okay driving?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
As you can see, I'm not holding the phone. I bought this holder specifically for instances like this, so I will be able to be on this show and not have to be holding the phone while I'm trying to drive. So
all right, cool. Well, again, we just want you to be safe. That's all. But again, glad to see you joining in on the show. And speaking of today's show here on September 3rd, before we jump into our topic is going to be empty nesters today, folks. And it's the right time of the year for that. And not only kids are returning back to school, but some kids are heading off to college. And some people are going to be facing having an empty nest. I'm going to tell you all about my stories, and I'm sure Boom will tune in about some of his. And we're going to let you guys, we want you guys to comment and let us know about yours too, and what you were feeling at that time and what you did to overcome it. But before we jump into that, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't talk about last week's show, folks. Last week's show was making tough decisions. And if you missed it, you can always go back and watch the show. We're not just on YouTube, we're on all streaming platforms. So during your work week, if you missed the show, please, we encourage you to go back and check not only that show, but all of our many shows that we have for you guys to watch. Great topics, you're going to love them. Also, in case you don't know, some of our shows aren't there. Some of our biggest shows, like the Taylor Family Reunion and others, those were stolen from us by the powers that be. But you can still go see these ghost episodes. Yes, folks, you can see our ghost episodes currently in their entirety on therealshaheem.com. So we encourage you to also go check those out. How was your week, Boom?
Long. I've had a very long week. Tomorrow is actually my only day off. It's funny that at the house we plan on doing like a little cookout. We got such a huge yard, and we have done nothing with this house. So now we're like, hey, we're gonna find a grill and we're gonna cook out tomorrow. But so tomorrow's literally my only off day. I've been working every single day this past week, as you can see, including today. So,
well, a backyard barbecue is a lot of work. Who's the we you're talking about?
So I have I live in a house with 3 other people. I have roommates, and we get along pretty well. So yeah, we haven't used this yard at all since
I get it.
And we decided that we're gonna use the yard because it's huge and we need to use it before we can't use it. It's too cold outside.
Right. This is the quote unquote last week of the summer, Labor Day weekend, and like I said earlier, and I'm sure Boom it's going to say the same thing. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody out there. Have your fun, folks. Have your fun, because after this, it's a wrap. It's already started getting cold up here in. I'm being real. It already started getting cold up here in Jersey. I'm sure, or Debbie, you might agree. At night, I mean, like last night, I had my hoodies and my sweatpants on. I mean, it was like that. But I live on the water, close to the water, and the wind comes off that water. I get all that. But yeah, this is it. This is a wrap. Post after this weekend. It's funny.
You want to know what's interesting? I've always said, especially up there, I haven't been down here when school started. But up there, I've always said when school start, I don't care if it was 190 degrees the day before school started. When school starts, it is freezing in the morning. Like,
It is.
What is happening?
I think that's nature's way of torturing little kids. I don't get it. I don't know.
In the old days, we did extensive new clothes shopping, and my mother would always buy wool clothes because it's schools in the fall and winter, and sometimes the first day of school would be 90 degrees, but we'd be out there in our new wool clothes, funking them up, stinking them up. They knew we were going to wear them.
Right, absolutely. Mom was, I think, thinking ahead, knowing that you're going to have those clothes until wintertime when it got cold, and it wasn't buying no summer and winter clothes. We're going to do this in one shot, and so
absolutely, one shot, one kill. Endure it for the first couple months. Okay.
We're gonna move on with the show, but I just want to put this out there. Do families do that anymore? I mean, when I say do that anymore, my kids are out of school, but do they go out and do that big shopping still like we used to do? We used to go out and get the sneakers and jeans and shirts, and sometimes even jump on that winter coat. Sometimes, I mean, whatever we could afford to do. But yeah, that was the world back then. Do the young people still do that? I want to know.
I don't know.
On the show. Join in.
I was going to say, we got to ask the people on the show because, like you said, our kids are grown. So I know nothing of that life. I know nothing of that.
I know of one family who I called on the first day of school, and I heard children in the background. I was like, what? Your children at home? And the mother said, oh, they don't have new clothes. I was like, what? You're going to stay home because you don't have new clothes for the first day of school? And I grew up like that, so I certainly understand it. But this new clothes stuff is often a poor people kind of mentality where we end up, you're soothing our egos with things rather than the education is way more important than the new clothes. That being said, if somebody sends me new clothes, wardrobe, thank you very much. But, I think the stress that new clothes can put on families.
But that's exactly why, and folks, we're going to move on. I know I don't want to spend too much time on this, but that's exactly why a lot of school districts started going to uniforms.
And I think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
I think I'm on both sides of it.
I'm glad I missed it in my youth because I like some of those new.
Me too.
Those new pleated skirts. Before the rest of y'all need to wear a uniform. It's just less stress on the parents.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you on that. But at the same time,
I don't know. Well, I think the idea was supposed to be less stress, but I don't see it being less stressful for the parents even having to get uniforms because I'll be seeing parents bug out over that too. So I don't know. I think the idea was supposed to be less stress, but these folks be bugging out. Now, I do have to say last school year and the year before, being with my my ex-wife, we did the school shopping for the kids, but I mean, it wasn't no major thing for me. It was just regular. Okay, we need to get them clothes. They growing.
We're used to that.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily school shopping. I mean, they was gonna wear the stuff to school, but they grew, so they needed new clothes.
I think I want to move on, but I just want to put this out there. In my experience, because my kids, especially my son, he did have to wear uniforms, and the uniforms, although some parents did stress about getting them, I mean, it's an expense. Let's face it. The uniforms were cheaper than a lot of the more fashionable clothes that were out there at the time. I will say that, at least in my experiences. Okay. And so we're dealing with empty nesters today, folks. As you can see behind me. And so we're going to continue with the show, and then we're going to jump into the topic. Just some things that I want to go over real quick. And one of the things, if you might have heard me mention last week's show, that on Monday was the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington. So I wanted to also go back and mention that again, that, you know, because the significance, the importance cannot be understated. And so that being said, if you guys don't mind, I just want to play a little of this.
I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Wow. My mother and my brother Peter were in that crowd.
Wow, that is incredible. That is incredible to be there on that grand day. It gives me chills even to this day when I listen to Dr. Martin Luther King's speech. I think the significance can still be felt even today. So happy anniversary to the March on Washington.
I have an anniversary to shout out.
Okay.
It's interesting. 40 years ago today, my mother and father moved us out of New Jersey into Maryland. 40 years ago today.
Wow.
That is interesting. That is.
Wow, changing the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
You realize we can't see you, Boom?
I don't know why I see you both.
Yeah, you're in utter blackness. It suits you. But wow, happy anniversary.
It's okay. Yeah. Happy anniversary to the Singletary family. I know it was a big life-changing thing. That is crazy.
Am I
all
back
right,
now?
folks.
I don't know. I can see me.
Now you're still in the black. Hopefully you pop back in a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just traveling.
I think it might have been
No,
I didn't see the video either. I didn't see the video on your
Oh no?
So
could you hear it? Because it was beautiful.
I saw it start and then nope, I didn't hear nothing. It said video couldn't be played or something like that on my end. I didn't hear any of it.
Oh yeah, it's probably because you're moving.
I saw it start. I saw the crowd and then it went black. No, but I got full signal. Like full all the way up. First time I've seen that too in a while.
Okay, but you can hear us pretty good, right?
Yeah, we'll take you like this.
Clear. I can see both of y'all too.
Okay, awesome.
I can see you both too. So
hopefully the camera pops back in. All right. Let's keep it moving.
It's the one. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday, get on up. Turn it up. Now we gonna have us a good time, good time.
We definitely gonna have ourselves a good time. What's up, everybody? Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to everybody out there who's celebrating a birthday either today, this following week, or the week that just passed, or this upcoming week. Happy birthday to everybody, especially because you are Virgos, so you know I am going to represent for you. Happy birthday out there, everybody. Not today, but I just want to mention this as far as birthdays go, right? As far as birthdays go, August 29th, Michael Jackson's birthday. All right, so I wanted to play some of his music, but I didn't dare risk it. But happy birthday to the king of pop. Going too soon. Oh man, if I'd have tried one of his songs, boy, they'd have snatched us fast. So I didn't even want that to happen. It would have quickly became a ghost episode.
Yeah. Yes.
So I didn't want to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's not having his people's not having it. Was gone. But happy birthday to the king of pop. Also, not too many celebrities have birthdays today. I guess this wasn't a popular day of the year or whatever, but I want to say happy birthday to Charlie Sheen. We know that actor. We also know he had his issues with narcotics and things, but came back to have a pretty good career. So I want to say happy birthday to actor Charlie Sheen. I love some of the stuff that he did. I will admit. Hilarious. Also to professional skateboarder. Go ahead. I'm sorry, boo.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
A professional snowboarder, for those who pay attention to the Olympics and things like that, like I do, and into snow sports, Shaun White, the gold medalist, his birthday is also today. So happy birthday to Shaun White and to Charlie Sheen, and of course, to the king of pop. What were you going to say, Boone?
I was going to say happy birthday to my very own celebrity, my daughter, DeQuasia Clark, whose birthday was on Thursday. She turned a whole year older.
Okay. Happy birthday, DeQuasia. I never forget when Quasia performed at my 50th birthday party. That was awesome. That was really good.
Right, yeah. Listen, what's funny is I just saw a video of that. I still got the video of that.
You gotta send it to me because my birthday's coming up again, and I'm not gonna have a big party, but I'm gonna make a big deal out of it. Send me the video.
Yeah, you better, because I'm making a big deal out of mine. I just booked my tickets for Costa Rica over the weekend. Over this weekend.
Oh, that's right. I know you're doing that big party in Costa Rica. That's right. Okay. Hopefully everybody joins on board and sees you out there in Costa Rica. Hopefully I can make it out there too. We'll have to see. But I know it's going to be a great time.
I must say, out of 30 rooms, we have 10 rooms left. So we got quite a few people that are coming. We got 10 rooms left. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I must be a popular guy.
My God, that's amazing.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, it sounds like a lot of fun. So I don't know. Hopefully I can make it out there. We'll have to see. Or Debbie, you should head out there.
Yeah, if I could listen. It was all I could do to pay for this trip. But hey, don't count me out. If there's one room left, let me know.
Absolutely, there you go.
I will.
And again, happy birthday to Quasia. And so don't forget to send me the video, Boom, all right?
Absolutely, I got you.
All right. Let's keep the ball rolling, folks.
You know, I guess right now we should start the show.
I got a couple. Before I jump on mine, do you guys have anything that you saw that you think people should check out?
Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to watch anything but my eyelids. So I have nothing.
No? Okay. What about
I
you?
saw a
Debbie?
Marvel movie, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was about the Ant-Man family.
Oh,
I
okay.
Okay,
liked it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's what that was.
That wasn't and the Wasp. It was the
It was
magical
just
something.
Oh,
But it
okay.
was about the Ant-Man, his father, his wife, and their daughter who has an ant suit. And they were somewhere.
Yeah,
They went
that's
back into the quantum.
yeah, that's right. That's Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's
It
exactly
ain't.
what that is. That's
Now you're gonna make me look.
it.
Now you're gonna make me look it up.
Where'd you
I
see it
promise.
at?
How much you want to bet me?
$1.
Man, I can't get to Costa Rica on no $1.
Where'd you see it on Debbie? Where'd you see it? Was it on Disney
I
Plus?
saw it
or
on Prime, I think.
on Prime? Okay.
Hmm.
Well, while you're looking that up, let me just talk about some of the ones that I was checking out. First, I want to talk about this movie. This new Adam Sandler movie. It was number 1 on Netflix. I think it's number 2 today. But it's called "You're So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah." Okay, it's about a Jewish family. Yeah, I get that. Adam Sandler is Jewish. But we all know Adam Sandler is an excellent director and producer of movies. And this was hilarious. So if you're looking for a good family movie to watch, without all the drama, shooting, or cursing, this is a good family movie to check out. My wife and I thought it was hilarious. So go check that out. You are so not invited to my Bat Mitzvah.
Ant-Man and
Okay, you didn't finish.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
That's the last. That was the latest one.
I saw Quantumania. I get the $1. I think I should get the $1.
I know. I saw that too. Did you see that, Boom?
I did see it. Yes. Yes.
I enjoyed it.
I saw that a couple weeks ago. I haven't had a Marvel film that I didn't enjoy because I was a comic book person. I know where they come from, the direction they come from with a lot of these movies. So I don't give it the judgment that a lot of people do. So yeah, but I think it was, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I loved it too. So for people out there looking for an action film to watch, if you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to go watch it. Jonathan Majors, I think, is the actor playing the villain in this movie. And we all know before he started falling into some legal issues that he is an excellent actor, and I thought he did a good job in it. So go check it out, folks. I also want to tell people about this one movie. This movie was crazy. The movie is called Cocaine Bear. All right, people. Yes, Cocaine Bear. I know, Bo, you're laughing like you saw it.
I saw it.
I never saw it.
Now, I didn't know what to think of this movie when I first started watching it. It's a crazy name, right? I didn't know what to think of it. I will say this: it's got some moments of humor in it. I think OW would agree, but it was more gory. It was more of a gory movie, like a Friday the 13th style thing, than I thought of a comedy. What did you think?
Oh, I'm in.
What did I think? Well, it's based on a true story.
That's what I heard.
Although they camped it up, and I thought it was mild.
You thought it was mild?
I thought it was very mild. I don't even remember any gory.
I don't want to ruin it for people, but the bear does attack people. All right, and it ain't pretty. So that's why I said that.
It ain't pretty.
No, it ain't pretty. I was jumping in my seat, I got to tell you, at a few scenes. Well, first of all, because some of the scenes surprised me. Things happened that I didn't think was going to happen. It was like, oh, wait a minute. So it had that feel to it. So, but it was great. I would advise people to watch it. When you on Debbie?
No.
No? Okay. All right. And why not?
It's not, well, look, if you are like me and you're avoiding housework, go watch it. If you're like, oh my God, I have to see that movie, I can't clean the kitchen, then go watch it.
That's hilarious.
It's a good
That is
distraction.
hilarious. Well, I got one more, folks, and this is for all the guys and girls out there who are into anime and cosplay. I'm not big on anime, but I do love
Ninja
cosplay
Turtles?
and things like that. No, although yeah, we're gonna talk about that one too when it hits. We got to talk about that one, but no, excuse me. One Piece, the live action movie, came out on Netflix, and I got to tell you, folks, I was impressed by what they did. If you're into anime, you've got to go see this. This was good. My son really put me into this one, and I'm glad I watched it because I was definitely captivated. So if you get a chance, go ahead and check it out. To all my anime junkies out there.
Yep, never heard of it.
Yeah, it's an anime. It's a very popular anime cartoon. So unless you're into that world, yeah, you probably wouldn't know about it. But for those people who are big on that stuff, you're gonna love the movie. You are gonna love the movie. All right, folks, we're gonna jump into this topic in just 1 second. I just want to go over one more thing before we do, and that is donations. Once again, people, I just want to remind everybody that nothing we do on the show is free. Everything has a cost to it. For us to continue to provide you with the kind of entertainment that you've come to enjoy on your Sunday afternoons, we could certainly use your help. For those of our loyal viewers out there, fans out there who are interested in helping out the show, we'd appreciate you sending any donations to Cash App, $ from the shore to be more, or to PayPal, paypal.me/from the shore to be more, and help us continue to give you the show that you come to love. And these donations help us with not only some of the cost of doing the show, but also the licenses and things permits that we need to require to give you musical entertainment and things like that. So in order to do that, please help us out and send your donations, folks. Also, for businesses, real quick, and then we're going to start jumping to the topic. For businesses that might be looking to sponsor the show, or if you have show ideas or want to join in on some of the game shows, you can contact the show, folks. Contact us at Instagram at From the Shore to Be More, Twitter at 2_be more, email from the shore to be more at gmail.com, or yes, you can call the show at 732-440-9314, people. And please, if we do not answer the phone, don't forget, just leave a brief message of why you're calling and how to get back in contact you, and I promise somebody will get back to you. Okay, there you have it. All right, let's jump into this. This is a perfect time, I thought, when we talked about doing this topic, the fact that not only kids are going back to school, but kids are going off to college. This was a perfect time to do this topic, right on, Debbie?
Yes.
So I did a little research, which I love to do when we come up with these topics. I don't want to go in blind. I like to give people some good information. There was 8 tips on how to deal with empty net syndrome, and I guess that's what they call it, empty net syndrome. Here's
Yes.
8 tips that I saw. Okay, 1, make social connections. Use your free time to reconnect with old friends. 2, if you need it, seek professional help. Wow, that's big. 3, set goals for the future. I think that's really important. 4, take up a new hobby or career, people, or career. 5, reconnect with your partner. Now, I thought that was really important because that wasn't something I actually thought about. But that's really important. Reconnect with your partner. 6, practice self-care. We all could use a little bit of that in our life, I think. 7, focus on the positives, not the negatives. Don't get yourselves all down about the negative side of it. It can be a real positive. And 8, keep in touch with your children. I think that one is actually a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, the issue underneath empty nest syndrome is that when we pour ourselves into our children, which we, must do because we have this huge responsibility of growing, of raising these children, we often lose ourselves. Caretakers can lose themselves, or caregivers can lose themselves in taking care of children. And
Absolutely.
if your relationship isn't all that anyway, maybe you can distract yourself by focusing on the children, and you don't have to deal with your own life. So while you're doing your duty, you may also be escaping. And many people think, oh my God, I can't wait for them to go. And then the children go
Mm.
and they don't have any identity. They don't know who they are because they lost themselves along the way. And it's similar to people who retire who say, oh my God, I can't wait to retire. And they retire on Friday and die on Monday. And that is because they don't, in a sense, have anything to live for. And it's not language they say to themselves, but that's underneath it. They don't have any identity. And parents must always be parents and
Yeah.
be lovers too. And I don't necessarily mean just be lovers of each other, but be lovers of their own selves. One
Right.
quick thing in raising children, many people think that when they have a baby that they should put the child first. The therapists
True.
say the couple should put themselves first because a tight couple will um, be a strong foundation for the child. And if you're a single parent, you have to put yourself first because you have to have a self in order to give yourself.
Yeah, you made a lot of good points there on Debbie. Really, especially about the time and energy that we put into raising our kids. So much so that we lose touch with our partners. Sometimes to the point
And
where
ourselves.
and ourselves, and ourselves, of course. But I think sometimes we invest so much time into the children that we don't even realize that we've grown apart from our partners. And so now when the kids leave the house, guess what? They're getting a message from mom and dad that we're splitting up now. Because now the realization has hit home that, well, really, it was only the kids that was holding us together for all these years to begin with. So emptiness syndrome can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. Like you said, some people relish in the thought of having an empty house. We always talk about it, especially when the kids are there and we're dealing with them bratty teenagers. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I can't wait till you get out the house and yada yada, and everything. But I'll be the first to admit when my girls left, my older kids, when they left, I missed them. I missed them being around the house. Even the little things. People talk about it, the little things. You'd be surprised what you miss.
You mean them cleaning up and washing dishes and cooking?
I wish. Let me get a laugh to that. Yeah, my girls were teenagers just like all teenagers. Oh, it was a fight to get them to do the chores. Yes, it was. But I did miss them have around the house. And like I said, the little things sometimes, just their personalities, made a house a home. You know what I mean?
Is it
And so
is it missing? Is it missing them or missing the distraction of them? The fact that they're
Whoa.
distracting you from doing other things, and now that those children are gone, and not particularly you, but now that the kids are gone, now you have to face your reality, and it's like, oh snap. And that now I want them back because I don't have to face my reality. As long as I got to keep doing for them, I don't have to face me.
yeah, it's the same thing like I was saying with relationships, I guess kids sometimes can be that distraction for some people. And so when they're gone, it forces you to focus on yourself now. You don't have a choice. Otherwise you're gonna be sitting in a dark room looking crazy. You're gonna have to focus on yourself. And so now what are you gonna do with yourself? Number one, and first of all, I think it starts with realizing what's going to make you happy in life. I think
Right.
that's important, and that can mean different things to different people. If that means, and I'm not saying people should run out there and go get a divorce as soon as the kids leave, if that means you need to refocus your energy in a different direction and maybe separate from your partner, then I think that needs to happen because your happiness is going to be first of all. And I think the kids would agree. They want you to be happy moving forward. Life is going to change for everybody, not just the kids, but you too. Life is going to change, but you want to start it in the right direction. I think. So happiness should be the core, at the forefront of your thinking.
I don't believe that the measure of a successful relationship is always in that you stayed married. I don't think
Right.
that longevity is always the measure of a successful marriage. However, and I believe in divorce when it is
When it's
necessary.
warranted.
And I avoided having divorced myself by not getting married. I took care of that. But the idea is that the other is never the problem. And so what happens in relationships is we make the other the problem. So if the children have fled the nest, and now you're facing this other person, it's real easy to say, okay, my problem is you. And very often, we don't even know what we want. We don't know who we want. We might really need to start dating this person because the person we're with 18, 20 years later is not the person we married anyway. We
Right.
don't, chances
Yeah,
are we
that's
don't
very
know
true.
that other person, and chances are we don't know ourselves. So, which is why I advocate cultivating self and one's interest throughout the whole relationship.
Right. Well said.
That is extremely profound stuff to hear, and for me realizing those, like I said earlier, with those distractions, like are the kids, because a lot of people, unfortunately, they get into relationships and then they have a baby and then they get married,
Mm.
or they never get married and then they're in a relationship for 6 months and then now they got a baby coming and now they got to focus on the baby. Um, you never get an opportunity to get to know who that other person was because you damn sure don't know them in 6 months. I promise you that.
Yeah.
You don't. And just because he or she is nice looking or they got a good job or they do this and do that, in 6 months, you have no idea who they are. So
I
when they
gotta step
start
out
doing
for one
other,
second. I'll be back, guys.
no worries, if when they start doing other things, um, that becomes a quote unquote problem. And that's why I say it's a quote unquote
Mm,
problem because now it's the distraction. Now you don't have to face your own reality of I never even wanted this in the first place. I got pregnant and I had this baby. Like I gotta reiterate a lot. It's like women understand this. You have total control over what happens with your body. Just because a man puts a baby in you does not mean you have to make a baby come out of you. That is
Mhm.
completely your choice. And understand the choice that you're making.
Right.
When my daughter told me she was pregnant, I told her, I said, Dejanay, it changes everything. Like it don't change this little thing. No. Everything changes.
Mm.
So think about it when she was trying to decide if she was gonna have the baby or not. You think about it. I want you to take time and think about the decision you may make, how you may be stuck with that guy for the rest of your life because you're
yeah,
stuck
even
with
if you
them
divorce,
until,
even if you break
right,
up, right?
right. For the
Even
rest
if
of
you
your
break
life,
up,
you're stuck with that person. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Um, Being
yeah.
stuck with them does not mean in the physical they got to be right there, but you're stuck with them. They're a part of you and that child for forever. Like forever. It's not going to change. So think about it. This is why I took the steps knowing that I did not want to father more children on myself, I'm getting spayed and neutered because it ain't happening. I don't want to do it. You know,
Mhm.
I let people choose what they want, whatever age they all at. You do what you want. I'm not because I know I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be stuck with somebody that I don't want to deal with. You know, I don't want to have to go through all this extra stuff with somebody because I made a decision, blah, 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 blah. So I made the ultimate decision to get spayed and neutered, and life goes on. So now it's you know, that's a whole nother show to talk about dating being spayed and neutered, but you know, it is what
Folks,
it is.
he's talking dog language,
Yeah,
dog and cat language.
a little bit. A
They know
little
what
bit.
I'm talking about.
But but speaking back, let's get back to empty nesters though. Once you're over the fact that okay, the kid is gone, the child is gone, man, your daughter, your son, whatever, and you've regained a new focus on your happiness. What
And
should
see,
be the
that's a
first
problem in
step?
of itself. You shouldn't be regaining a new focus. You should have always been focused on your
Ideally.
happiness.
Well, ideally,
Ideally, right, right.
right.
Hmm.
Well, so ideally, yeah.
Hmm.
But in life, like we talked about, the kids
Yeah.
are for whatever it's worth, a distraction. They take a lot of your attention,
Yeah.
your time, your energy. And I know, like in today's world, even more. I mean, these kids. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't have things to do when we were young kids, but for the most part, from what I remember, you came home, you did your homework, and you went out to play. You did whatever you did with your friends. You ran around the neighborhoods. We played until the lights came on. Today's world's a little different. These kids have all kinds of things that they're into, all kind of clubs, events, yada yada yada. And so the parents are constantly running them around, doing this, doing that, doing that. It's a real undertaking. And so yeah, your kids are taking a lot of your focus. I get that. Okay, but now they're
Hmm.
gone. Now they're gone, and you have dreams that maybe you put on hold. I know for me, once my kids started leaving the house, I definitely went back to the things that I love to do, music, entertainment, and things like that. It's not easy because there's fear. It's a new world out there.
Hmm.
You know, it's different. It's different when
Hmm.
you remember. So there's a fear, but so overcoming that is one of the biggest things. Overcoming that and realize that you still have value, that you still have something to offer, and getting out
Right.
there and going for it. Kicking the field goal,
Yeah.
folks. Kick the field goal.
Your value isn't only in
Right.
being a parent,
Yes,
but
that's what I
when
meant
you
to say. Thank you.
find
Thank you.
when you find yourself at the crossroads, I think all our shows are starting to intersect, but when you
Mm,
find yourselves at a crossroad and you don't know which way to go, one of the most powerful self-reflective activities you can do, well, one is certainly journaling, but number two is clean out your closets. Look and
oh, that's
see
a great idea.
what's been tossed and hidden. Take out those jeans that are too big for you or too small. The clothes with holes in them, the nasty
That
t-shirts,
stuff you've been holding on that you know you're never
stuff
gonna
that
fit
you've been
again.
holding on to. Start with cleaning out your closet. It's a way of sorting your mind. It
That
is
is
really
right.
powerful. You
That
can, of course, do that at any time. Clean out your junk drawer. I'm talking metaphorically, but we all have a junk drawer in our mind, in our brain, with stuff that's in there and broken and we don't and useless, and we are walking with this stuff clink clink clang
mm,
clang
yes.
because we haven't stopped to sort.
Yes. Well said. Well said. I agree 100%. Cleaning out the closet is a great start. That's one of the first things I did was get rid of all that old junk and realize that I was on a new path and welcomed it. And welcomed
Yeah,
it. I
and make
will.
room for new. It's
Yes,
very
absolutely.
awesome to make room for new things.
I
By new
It's
things
brilliant.
can't come into, you can't pour more water into a glass that's over full, right? So you
Right.
empty it, and then you have room for more.
Right. I agree 100%. Yes. Some people go on to start businesses. Some people take up running and exercising, getting themselves in physical shape. Some people record music like I do. But it's a beautiful
And
thing.
notice if you feel guilty about, if you're one of those parents who the children leave and you go, thank the Lord, that feeling, don't feel guilty about it. A lot of times people feel guilty about being afraid, that by being happy that their children are gone. It's
Interesting.
natural. You know, you don't have to feel badly about feeling good.
No, you did your job. You did what you were supposed to do. You
Yeah,
got them across the finish line. It's time for them to
yeah.
take over now, you know?
Yeah, and applaud yourself because
Absolutely.
that's very powerful. The other side of this is parents who don't let their children go because they are afraid of the empty nest.
Ooh, that
And
is a good
there are
one.
parents who actually very subtly, it's subtle and unconscious, but they cripple their kids so that their kids never leave home. I want to articulate that I understand that today's economy, often children have to continue to live at home for whatever reason. So, but that being said, that is different from the parent who identity is so enmeshed in being a parent that they actually hold on to the children, and they complain that um Big Head is still living with them and Big Head is 49, and they don't realize the ways in which they've crippled him and they wanted him. And that's like I've worked with people who had that situation, by the way.
Wow.
So, I'm familiar with the psychology of not letting your children leave home.
Wow. In researching the show, I saw a video clip where a person mentioned the fact that when she was leaving off to college, her mother was actually mean to her. And at the time, she was wondering, like, Mom, what's going on? Why are you being mean to me? You know, I'm leaving and everything. But later realized that that was her way of coping with the
It's
change that
called
was
separation
happening.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Separation
Okay.
anxiety.
Okay. You mind if I play the clip? Matter of fact, so I think it's like 3 minutes
You're the
long.
boss.
I wish, but it's like 3 minutes long. Just
But
check this out.
Welcome back. You know, it seems to go by so fast. 1 minute they're learning to walk, the next they're all grown up and moving out, going to college. In fact, college move-ins just finished for many students, leaving some parents with their own new challenge. And that's an empty nest. Joining us now is Kim Min. She's a certified parenting coach and the founder of Real Life Parent Guide. Good morning, Kim. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. So I'm glad to have you back as well. Now, you just dropped off your last child.
Yes.
To college.
Yes.
So
My
now
youngest
you're
of
really
5.
dealing with empty nest syndrome. What exactly is it?
Well, that's the period of time after you're not actively, parenting every day the way that you were for 20 years, right? And I have had 5 kids. My oldest is 36 today.
Is this your daughter here?
Yes, and my middle son. Yes, so I have 4 boys and a girl, and she was moving in, and the boys came and helped and whatnot. So yeah.
Okay, so we know what empty nest is, but is it really a stage or maybe a transition for parents?
I think it's a transition, and I think it comes in phases. Like,
Okay.
if, for example, college. I know that my youngest 2 who are in college are going to come back, for holidays, for summers. So it's not like it all done deal, right? So college can be a step into what really is empty nest, where they're independent living. They've found their big career and they're moving out. So I think for parents, this is it's a hard time with a lot of emotions. Just like when you start and you have a baby, this is another chapter like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. How do parents typically react? Because I was telling you, I remember going off to college, and I feel like my mom was kind of mean to me. And I was like, Mom, what's going on here? But I guess she was dealing with, the
Just
feeling of being
idea.
an empty nester.
I would say, a lot of different feelings. Grief, certainly sometimes loneliness. But there's a lot of parents that are very excited about this phase, and I think that's where we need to focus, and I think where my husband and I will be focusing is on all of the things, all of the ways that we can grow together and grow individually.
Right.
I love coaching parents, and I got into that several years ago, and I mean, motherhood is really important to me, has been for years, and so I'm taking that passion of mine and now helping other mothers. So I feel a sense of purpose. So I think that's what parents in this phase need to do, is really invest in themselves, invest in their relationships, find themselves, because you can get lost in motherhood for, many
sure
years.
Can. And I like that. I feel like that's a way that parents can cope. I mean, are there any other challenges to this?
Well, a quiet house, I would say.
Okay.
And then the transition that parents have when their young people do come home again. It's like you get used to it, and then all of a sudden they might be home for the holidays, or they might be home, and that is a whole different dynamic. Keeping the lines of communication open with your young adults is really important as well for parents, and they might struggle with that too.
You're right. Before we go here, Kim, how can parents...
One point that I thought was really interesting, the fact that she said, well, things change, you got used to it. How to do when they come back home? Because I'm dealing with that now. My daughter's been out the house for years, but my daughter's home now. So there's a whole readjustment there. There was a whole readjustment there. First of all, we had to get a room back in order because now it was a closet. Trust me when I tell you. So even that's an adjustment. Wouldn't you say?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Really interesting.
You have discarded her by putting all your stuff in her room.
Well, I did.
Now you have to get it back.
I did what I think a lot of parents did. First, you're dealing with, the lady said, grief and all those other emotions. Then they move out. They've been gone for a while. You start to settle in, and so now, their rooms are extra space. So now that room is now your new chill out space, or your new guest room, or yada, yada, yada. And so now when they come back, you got to shift and do things differently. And so, even that is an interesting dynamic to the whole thing. Wouldn't you say, Boom?
I never had to deal with them coming back.
Okay.
My kid's mom and I broke up when my kids were still young. So I never dealt with they leaving, going to college or going to do whatever. And quite frankly, I don't think I would have set my life up for them to be comfortable to come back. Like now, moving, even living here, I always try to get a space big enough for if they needed to come visit, or if they needed somewhere to stay for a little while. But I never set it. I'm never setting my life up for them to come and stay with me. Never. I always want to encourage them to have their own. Coming back to visit, or if living down here in Georgia, if they wanted to come visit, absolutely. You're not staying in a hotel. You come stay here, but you don't live here. I just want that to be clear. You don't live here. The longest that I would give on a visit, and that's to anybody. It don't even have to be my children, honestly. A visit, the most you got is 30 days. That's a visit. Anything beyond that, you living here. It's time to start paying bills. So, but that's just my thing on it, even thinking in hindsight of not having to do it. But like I said, I've always had space for if they needed somewhere to crash for the night, or just wanted to come, blah, blah, blah. If it was a situation of living, we had that discussion. You weren't just coming to visit. You wanted to come and you want to live with me. That's a whole nother Jerry Springer episode right there. So
here's an auntie comment. Don't plan on your children needing you, because if you plan on it, they will. And
Right.
that's just the psychological, energetic, spiritual principle. Don't plan on if they need some place to, like, everybody needs help, right? At some point or another, whether they're your children or your auntie, but live for you. Pick the space that you love for you. I like a space that has room for visitors for a couple of days. But I'm not planning for somebody to come here. And by the way, don't make it 30 days, make it 28 days to give you time to put them out. Because in many states, I know in New York, I think in Maryland too, if a person is there 30 days, you have to evict them legally. They're your children. So you don't want to get to that point where you have to, legally and evict them. But live for yourself. And when you live for yourself, all else is available to you as to live creatively as you need it.
Well said. I want to throw this out there, and then I'm going to start to wrap things up in a minute. But would you think for parents, even for kids, is it harder to let go of that last one? If you got 4 or 5 kids, the first ones, yeah, it might be tough. I get that. But is it harder to let go of that last one? Is it tougher for that last one to go?
I mean, I would say that's the state of perception, because again, that's a distraction. I would say if it's hard, why would it be harder to let that child go? Because now you're back into the I don't want to be alone thing, or I'm being distracted.
Absolutely.
So I would just say it was a matter of perception in different families of people doing that. I mean, I've seen it. I've dated women, that have had that situation going on, and this is like, well, what's the problem? I'd just be like, maybe it's because I didn't have to personally deal with the out of the house thing. You know what I mean? Right. I didn't have to personally deal with their out of the house feelings. If I thought about it, matter of fact, she wasn't even in the country, but had I thought about it, I'd try to get their mother on this call, on the show, to talk about her feelings of empty nesting. Didn't even think about it, but I'm sure she has her own spin on how she felt about when the girls left to go to college and things of that nature.
Right. All right. Well, listen. As far as me, I don't think it mattered with the older or younger one. I can see why it would matter in some larger families, because when that last one leaves, now you really got an empty nest. So I get that part of it, but it wasn't that hard for me to let. Well, it was equally tough to let both of my girls go. First of all, I think it was a little bit tougher because they were young ladies too, because it is in a father's mind a devious, crazy world out there. We're always protective of them. So it was, of course, tough in that way. But when I realized that they had it, that they could hold their own, that they got this, yeah, it was easy. It was easy. and believe me when I tell you, both my babies and my son too, they got this. No problem.
And parents, trust the process of what you taught them, what you instilled in them.
Yes.
You got to have faith. You got to trust that process and knowing that they're going to be okay.
It's definitely a lot easier once you realize that you got it. All right, folks. It was a great topic. Awesome, even. And we're glad everybody was joining us today. And we hope you all got something out of it. Time to close out the show, folks. And so, boom. What you got coming up, cuz?
Right now, I hear the theme song music, but again, I just parked. I'm getting ready to do a wedding right here in beautiful Roswell, Georgia. And then tomorrow I'm gonna do like a little cookout at my house.
Okay.
This week is actually pretty chill week. I'm just kind of just working my regular 9 to 5, going home, and then next week I will be in San Diego for 2 different reasons. I will be in San Diego training one of our employees out there, and I'm also gonna be on The Price is Right.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I'll be on The Price is Right September 12th. I'll be on the show. Well, they're recording the show September 12th, and I will be part of the studio audience, and hopefully I'm gonna come on down.
Wow. Win me a refrigerator, please.
Refrigerator, got you. I'm gonna tell them, no, don't call me down for that. I don't want that. Nope, I don't want that. No, keep the new car. I don't want that. I don't see a refrigerator. Don't call me down.
Don't you be no fool, boy. You better take what you get.
All right, the hardest working DJ in the business. Oh, Debbie, what you got going on this week?
After this meeting, I'm meeting with the director of a movie that I'm working on, and I'm
another one or the same one?
The second one, just my second movie. So, and I'm preparing to go to Europe.
Wow, that's right.
I've got my list. I don't know how people travel without a checklist. I have my checklist of everything that I need. So
yeah, I would have to make a checklist too. And like I tell everybody, Debbie stays busier than we do. So
I travel without a checklist.
I ain't got no children.
Right. I travel without a checklist.
Oh, well, you must be good at it then.
You must be good.
Yeah, that's it. As for me, folks, you already know what I got going on. Music. You can go get my music at therealshaheem.com for the full experience. Go to therealshaheem.com. Go get those songs, that Gangsta Waitlist, and it's on. Also, I want to say, go check out Hazy Trays, custom image trays, folks. They make awesome gifts. You can go check that out at hazytrays.com, or you can go to the Hazy Trays page on therealshaheem.com. Also, I want to talk about our family member and supporter of the show. Tailor Made, folks, is a clothing line for you people out there who are into fashion. It's by one of our cousins, one of our Taylor family members.
Oh, I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to know about that.
Yeah, and it's his own clothing line that he just started, folks. He started a little while ago, and so I encourage you to go check him out.
Wow.
At TaylorMadeEntertainment.BigCartel.com. Okay, he makes custom jackets, custom sweaters, belts, team uniforms, whatever you can imagine, he can bring to reality, folks. So go check him out. Also, he will also have a page on therealshaheem.com. So there you have it, folks. A lot going on. Busy, all three of us. So make sure you guys stay in tune. That being said,
it'll be that way. That's how it go down. No, that's how it go down. I like being busy.
That's how it go down. And now that we're coming to the end, the show wouldn't be the show if we didn't wrap up with.
Ain't no stopping sunshine. Ain't no stopping me. Ain't no stopping all the love that sets the people free.
You can't do you unless you know you. And in order to know yourself, don't focus on the other, but make I statements. I feel, I want, I desire. Do you? In order to do you, you got to know you. Know yourself.
And there you have it, folks.
I'm going to clap real hard for that one.
And that's the last word with on Debbie. Listen, it was a great show. We had a great time with everybody. We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to seeing all you guys back here again next Sunday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on From the Shore.
From the Shore.
To be more. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your Sundays.